Hello everyone, welcome back to Charger 52. I'm here with Tempest again, and today we decided to rate the exterior of all the NHL arenas, even including Seattle Kraken. Well, no, you'll be fine. I'm the one that'll get canceled. I'll tell you, because it says majority of the names on them, so our first arena is where the Ottawa Senators play. It's Canadian Tire Center. Let's think the most Canadian arena we have is named after Canadian Tire, and it's really shaped in a circle. Now, overall, I heard Ottawa is it may get a new arena. So the one problem with this arena, it's 20 minutes outside the city.
I think another problem with this exterior is that you don't see one view of the outside.
Do you want to do interior? Because interior is probably better.
Oh, wow.
We can do interior, because interior might be a bit more interesting. Alright, let's do that. Alright, we're gonna restart.
Well, we don't really restart. We can just do them both.
Yeah, we'll do them both. Okay, we'll go back to this one then. So how would you rate Canadian Tire Center? You think that's A tier?
I guess we're going for a tire shape?
The tire shape? Yeah. I just don't like how it's 20 minutes outside the city of Ottawa. It's a problem, yeah. Not much you can really say about the arena.
Yeah.
We'll say C.
Sure.
Alright, next one is Parking Center, home of the Philadelphia Flyers. We're going to try to get as close as we can to these images. It does. It looks like the YMCA for us.
Yeah.
Just has like a big old hockey dome on it.
It doesn't screen arena.
No.
Nah.
This is going to be a theme for a lot of it. Like a lot of the Canadian ones are going to stream arenas. This one does not.
No, it's like Mts Center, so pretty low.
Pretty low.
And the color is just much.
Yeah, there's not much. It's kind of boring. I think we'll D. It's probably worse than Canadian Tire.
Yeah.
Alright, next up is American Airlines Arena, home to the Dallas Stars. Now, I kind of like... I know it doesn't have that hockey vibe, and it looks more like a giant hangar to me. It literally looks like a hangar, or it looked more like something you'd see off at a basketball stadium. Or like, this would look like a big-ass office or military building.
Honestly, it is probably like Airlines.
Yeah, so kind of makes sense.
Is that Harvard design?
It is, yeah.
Alright, yeah.
We rate inside, so this one will probably be rated higher up.
Yeah, this one will be pretty high.
Yeah, alright. It 100% yes. Okay, next up we have is Nhl Center, Nhl Arena, home of the Tampa Bay Lightning. As you can see right outside, it's a big lightning bolt statue, so... Yeah. This one screams more of a hockey arena. Yeah, it just screams arena and... Not much. Okay, the one thing I will say with a lot of American arenas, like in the South, or the Sovereign States, with the exception of Dallas, They build them very far out from the cities, and this is like a theme you see. Like with the Panthers and the Lightning, they're not built dead in the city. They're built on the outskirts.
So, well, I guess we can see some of the players on the sideline.
Oh, for both of them, yes. You're usually going to see arenas that with flat edges do that more. Like Montreal does it as well.
Yeah, I think I would say around maybe B as well.
B as well? Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, next up. Pnc Center.
Honestly, I like how it's like the glass thing and players.
Looks like a mall.
Yeah.
Like, look, this is a mall. This is like a mall you'd see in America. Just friggin' huge glass windows. This is like the Mall of America.
Other than that,
Not much, really. There's not much now. Does it join its Floridan brethren?
I don't know. It is really basic, honestly.
Yeah, it's mushroom looking palm tree mushroom.
Yeah.
D, yeah. No, I'd say it is better than Philadelphia, though.
Yeah.
That I will say. This one looks so much more modern. Alright, next up is the largest arena in the NHL, Bell Center, home of the Montreal Canadiens.
Oh, wow, yeah.
It's very big. Look, it's very modern.
Yeah, I can see that.
And it is built in the dead center within the downtown core of Montreal, which makes it better.
Yeah. Well, I think no,
Not much going on the outside now. I do think it's a nicer arena, though. It, like,
I mean, we can probably tell more from the
inside for this arena. It's going to be same thing with a lot of arenas.
Yeah.
I do want to say, though, it's definitely one of the better arenas. I think it should be B. Alright, next up, our home arena, the Scotiabank Saddledome of the Calgary Flames. Now, to those who watched our NHL video where we rated NHL jerseys, a lot of people will know that we hated the Flames jerseys, so...
It's been so long since I've actually been to
I call it the Pringle Chip Dome. Or the Pringle Dome. Why couldn't we call it... We shouldn't call it Scotiabank Saddledome. We could have called it the Pringle Dome. The Calgary fans are loving this right now.
Yeah, so I just red and yellow.
Yeah, you can cheat the colors. This is the second oldest arena in the NHL after Madison Square Garden.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Let's see, it's been like how long since
I don't know. It was built in 1988. Last time I went was what did I say? April?
this year?
Yeah, I want to say last game I went was a Phoenix Coyotes game.
Wow. For me, it's been like 5 or 6 years.
5 or 6 years, mate. I'll take you to a game. I get tickets.
It's been so long.
All right, how would you rate this one? How would you rate the Saddledome?
So I guess other than the punch, it's not really much at all.
No.
I don't really feel like praise. But though I set that low praise, so I didn't.
Oh, there is one, but it's on the upper side.
Oh no, but there's another one in this one. It's just really on the side.
Yeah. So on the old bridge that used to be there.
Yeah, there's no praise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you pray with it.
All right. Pretty low. We'll put it like D.
Yeah, sure.
Alright. Next up, I don't know the name of this. Oh, Bridgestone Arena, home of the Nashville Predators.
Ooh.
Now there is tower and what appears to be a UFO.
Does that actually look kind of cool?
It's not bad, no. There's definitely others I do prefer over this.
I like the tower.
I don't like it. It's weird. You don't see that at NHL arenas. I understand it's trying to be unique, but there's unique and then there's craziness. And may I remind the people watching this that this is coming from Canadians, where hockey is our bloodline. Yeah, I already got a lot of hate for that video. Yeah, there's actually there were a bunch of comments for it, and I had to delete all of them. Yeah, you're not seeing them now. How would we rate Bridgestone Arena? Because god damn it, if we're rating it above Calgary, I'm moving out of this city. Alright. So where are you moving to? Where are we rating this actually on the board? Where are we rating this? Alright, we'll put C. We'll give Ottawa a full end. Now, I'm probably going to move to Winnipeg. Good people. Good people. Alright, next up, Capital One Arena. Who the hell plays at Capital One Arena? Okay, so this is home of the Washington Capitals. But I will also remember Washington has no skyscrapers.
Yeah.
No, I just don't like it. Alright. Where would we rate this on it? D? Alright. Is it better than Calgary, though? Alright. Is it better than Philly, though? Nah, they both look the same. Okay, now we're going to get to a bunch more of the interesting and, in my opinion, better looking arenas. We have one of a pretty much brand new arena. I don't know what the name, it has center on it, but this is home of the New Jersey Devils. Now, first thing I like to say, design is very good. Definitely more modern. There's definitely a lot more going on, which kind of makes it better and more unique. It's very nice, yeah. The Bira, yeah, we'll put it B. We'll change it if there's anything better. Alright, so this is like top of the B's. Alright, next one is Sap Center, also known as the Shark Tank. Home of the San Jose Sharks. Kind of looks like an aquarium if you think about it. The outside looks bland, though, if you look at other shots. We just have the most interesting shot. The inside is very nice. There's not much going on now. As much as I hate this being one of my favorite teams, I think I do have to rate it a C. I actually like to think these arenas are probably better than it. Alright, next up, Enterprise Center, home of the St. Louis Blues. Now, first thing that I think when I look at it, it's an airport. Looks like a terminal. I noticed a lot of similarities with this and Winnipeg's terminal. There is so many. On the top part, you can see the arena, but the rest just screams airport,
Yeah.
which is weird because this ain't the home of the Jets. This is for the Blues.
Yeah.
No, they shouldn't have done anything else. Where are we rating this?
Maybe
D. All right, well, airport. All right, next up. I want to say this is Pnc Arena or Ball Arena. It's one of the two. It's either Pnc Arena or Ball Arena. But this is home of the Colorado Avalanche. It actually is a pretty big arena, but I am also going to show you something with another arena that's very similar to it. So you can see where it's like dome-ish, like this part here. Yeah, see, I like to call those tubs. And I would like to say this arena, Pnc Center, is home of the Buffalo Sabres, and it's the same build, essentially. The only difference, I would say, this one is much more modern.
Yeah, I agree.
And gets better crowds, and has the better hockey team, and whatnot. We're gonna burn everything. I'm like a judge to hockey. Alright, where would we rate Pnc Arena? Mm-hmm. It is, yeah. So, I would say another D. Yeah, D. Barclays Center. So technically, this is no longer where the Islanders play anymore. This is where they once played, and Barclays Center was never built for hockey. It was built for basketball. So the Jumbotron is actually not on the center ice. It's actually a bit to the right or left, depending which way you look at it. It's not center, which is a kind of problem in my opinion. Like, it's a nice arena. Yeah, which, like, to both hockey and basketball world at the time, it was definitely a much more interesting one. Mm-hmm. It's unique. That's what kind of makes it nicer. Alright, we'll put it in B. I'd say lower end of B, though. That's just my opinion. Alright, next up. So the Phoenix Coyotes also. This is another hockey team where they don't play in this arena anymore also. Yeah, so the Phoenix Coyotes, this was like a 10,000 seater. Well, actually, no, more. Actually, now the Phoenix Coyotes play in a 5,000 seater. Yeah, they play in a college arena, essentially. Our own arenas are bigger than it. It's good for Winnipeg. So, they downgraded heavily. This is probably the worst downgrade that NHL has seen since the since the San Jose Sharks returned to San Jose. So, well, to be fair, I'm also going to point out Honda Center. They are built very similar. Just Honda is, I want to say, the newer one. By like a few years. Mm-hmm. So, which I think Gila is actually, the Gila River Arena is, I think it's smaller than Honda. Because Honda Center is in California, so they get good crowds for hockey. Yeah, we'll put C again, but I want it low. Alright. Our damn neighbors to the north of us, the fucking Edmonton Oilers. If you're an Oilers fan in this channel, I'm going to say it. Happy you subbed to me, but I hate you.
I don't think they're great stuff
They're not gonna sub it. If it means losing a few Oilers fans, I'm fine with it. I like to call this arena the Snail Arena, because if you look at it from the top view, it looks like a snail. Now, actually taking it seriously, I do like the overall design of it, though. Looks modern, looks nice. And that's all the good things I'm ever going to say about the sports team. I know we are. It's Edmonton, though. And I only like one part of Edmonton, and that is West Edmonton Mall. Other than that, I essentially hate every part of Edmonton. I hate their hockey team, and I hate your football team. And their soccer team. They have a soccer team. Canadian Premier League. Pretty sure they do, at least. Alright, where are we going to rate this?
I like the design.
Yeah. I'm not putting it an A. Yeah, I'm not stubborn. Now the Honda Center, the home of the mighty Ducks of Anaheim.
Well, I like it.
It looks nice, yes, I like it. I've actually been inside of it.
Oh, yeah.
I'd say very nice arena. Did you know they call it the Duck Pond?
Oh, right.
Yes.
Well, that works. Yeah, that's cool.
Yes. I'm going to say B.
Yeah, I like the design of it.
I say another B. Yeah. Now, I hate this arena. I like to call it the Tub. It is actually pretty bland. It almost just looks like a water holding center. It fits the city of Buffalo. Bland.
Yeah, it did.
Where are we rating this? I don't know. This is like a C arena.
Yeah, just the entrance of it just reminds you of like the hockey arenas and stuff.
Yeah, it just looks like something you'd see to go into like a community center.
Yeah.
All right, this one I love the name of it. It's called Little Caesars Arena, home of the Detroit Red Wings. And I'm going to say, so Detroit was known as the Motor City, so this was built to kind of look like an old factory for manufacturing cars, hence why it looks very old. But on the inside, it's one of the best arenas built in the NHL. Inside.
I thought that, for me, it kind of looked like apartment building at first.
Yeah, I can also see that. To me, it always looked like a factory.
Well, that's cool. That's cool how they look.
It's old. And that's like a common thing we're going to see with modern and old arenas here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is like a theme we see with like a few more. So where would we rate this? It being probably one of the better arenas.
B or C.
But just because I do like it a lot. Saying B. Design is I'm probably not going to do interiors today. That'll probably be a tomorrow thing. Yeah. Alright, so this is the oldest arena in the NHL, Madison Square Garden. Now, first thing is, it's not a square.
Yep.
Not a square. That's false advertising. Very false advertising. I think for that reason, you can build a square in New York. They're full of them. You can. You can. Okay, I'm going to say it right now. Okay, look. We have circles. Look at the amount of rectangular buildings here. Okay, look. American Airlines Center is a square. It's not even round. It's like that.
Yeah, it's arch.
It's an arch, yes, but you can build it as a square. It's just an arch for the rain. But they get nothing. It's false advertisement.
You know it's better for hockey arena because it's more like Tokyo,
I know. Wait for that. No, just appease the fucking Rangers fans. There we go. Jersey is still better than you. Alright, next up is Nhl Energy Center. Now, just hold up while I search the Google. Oh, this is. Oh, I thought I was thinking of a different arena. Okay, so this is home of the Minnesota Wild. Now it is. So it's kind of like a Bass Pro Shop on the inside.
Oh, that's one that that's not one there.
Yeah, this is the. No, that's actually the Bruins. That's down here. That's the Bruins. This is the Wild. Yeah, it does.
I remember from that,
Yeah. So how would you rate this arena? To me, it kind of looks like a big office building you see for an energy company.
Yeah.
Which its name is an energy company.
You know what? I like that accurate.
At least they're accurate, yeah. I think for that. And the inside looks like it's from a Bass Pro Shop. I like Bass Pro Shop. Okay, so Bell Mts Center, or now known as Canada Life Center, was built to look like the huge... I want to say it was supposed to look like a huge... I'm trying to think what it was, but like it was supposed to... The design of it was based off the building that once stood there.
Oh.
Now, if you ever go to Winnipeg, this is probably one of the safest spots in Winnipeg.
Why is that?
There's a lot of crime in Winnipeg. A lot of violence. So, whenever there's a hockey game, this is the safest spot.
The only other place I've been to other than outside of everybody stuff, probably like I'm good with
Yeesh. How would we rate Bell MTS Center? It's a very nice arena. It's actually one of the... Well, actually, it's the second smallest arena now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Phoenix took that spot. It's... Yeah, when I was talking to my family from Winnipeg, they were cheering when it was announced.
Well, I think the bigger guy was
I like it. Very nice.
yeah.
Looks old and new.
B or C?
Alright, I'm fine with that. We'll put it top C. I'm fine with that. Okay, there we go. Nationwide Arena, home of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Oh.
Yeesh.
Well, I would say so that the
Yeah, see, that I can agree with. This is not my favorite arena at all, really.
Yeah.
I'm like very opinionated on this one. Just for the fact that I don't think Columbus should have a hockey team. Yeah. We have a lot of buildings here that look old and new at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, good example is like Bell MTS Center, Little Caesars Arena, and American Airlines, but those arenas look better. Because they have the more modern look, or they're more traditional, or pay tribute to buildings that have history within the city. This one is just, they tried to do that, but failed. Yeah. Alright, next up is Climate Pledge Arena, and that the company that owns the land is Amazon. So, when Calgary builds our new arena, I'm pretty sure this one will technically become the second oldest arena. Like, within the NHL itself, but by history of having an NHL team, it'll be the youngest. So, the actual outside of the build... So, this is an arena that was gutted from the inside. because this was technically a basketball arena, and there's still tributes of the basketball arena that once stood there. But on the inside, it's one of the most modern arenas.
Oh, wow.
They have a Starbucks in there. Like, multiple Starbucks in there. I like that.
Well, the outside kind of looks like a soccer field.
Well, it does, yes, but I think that's nice. It's actually built into the ground. So, like, a lot of arenas where they just build the arena and then, like, where you walk in, that's where the arena is. This one there, it's actually going into the ground.
Yeah, that's actually really cool.
Like, where you walk in there, that's the top. Ish. Or there's more seats above you, but there's more seats below you. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think for that, just because this is, like, the first time they've actually... Like, the only arena I think they actually gutted was the Saladome when we had the flood. Was the only time an arena was fully gutted.
Yeah, and that was because of the fun.
Yeah. I think for that, is it A material, though?
Yeah, it actually was really good.
I'd say it's a good A material. Alright, next up. Pnc Arena, home of the Carolina Hurricanes. This
It's like a supermarket.
It does, yes. It looks kind of like what you'd see for like TNT, or it actually kind of looks like a circular version of New Horizons Mall.
Well,
This is also an arena that's like 20 minutes outside of whatever city they play in. Yeah.
I can see the super. So her party could just figure out because right there by the side.
Yeah. What is it with America building friggin' parking lots?
Yeah. And, it's not right.
No, it doesn't scream anything special.
Yeah.
Mts Arena. Who the hell play there? Who the hell? Like, I legit don't know.
There's a lot of grass.
Oh, goddamn. Oh, okay. The Penguins of Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Yes. Just, yeah, it fits Pittsburgh. Just kind of looks like an iceberg if you kind of look at it.
Alright.
Yeah.
Bang.
Fuck you!
Dan, you're playing for gold with Calgary?
Yeah, I'm the... Okay, fine. Okay, come on. Okay, this one we're putting is with Calgary. Come on, this is worse.
Yeah, but
No, look at Rogers Arena. That doesn't look like a hockey arena to me. Wait, are we putting it below Calgary, or are we putting Calgary below this one?
Calgary below this.
God damn it, man. You're killing me here. I hate this. Okay, I've actually been inside Staples Center. Yeah, that's a good arena. They actually, sadly, they don't sell Staples there.
Where am I gonna get my stores and bars now?
I know. Again, what is it with teams and false advertisement?
Yeah.
No, it's like a pain in my ass now. TD Garden. Just looks like a blander version of Bell Center.
Oh, just so yeah.
For that, it shall be worse than Bell Center. Where we put Bell Center again?
I don't even know. Oh my god.
Oh, it's all the way up. Wait, is it up here?
No, it's in C.
It's in C. Oh, is it?
No.
No, wait, where do we put it? Where do we put Bell Center?
Is that Bell Center right there? Oh, yeah, it's right there. C.
Isn't she? No,
After C, it's at the top of C. Is that Bell Center?
no, that's not Bell Center. That's Bruins. Oh no, here it is. It's in B.
Oh,
It's in B. There's Bell MTS and then there's Bell Center. Yeah, we have a tendency to name a lot of our arenas the same company.
Yeah.
Like, we technically have two... Wait, what's Toronto? Like, pretty sure Toronto's is Scotiabank Arena, or is Scotiabank's Arena, yeah. Yeah, because we have Rogers Place, Rogers Arena, Scotiabank Southam, Scotiabank Arena. Or it's Rogers, I don't know. Now we have where the Vegas Golden Knights play, T-Mobile Arena.
It definitely looks very modern.
Definitely modern. If you kind of think of it, it looks like a dragon's nest.
Oh, yeah.
You can see it on this. If you look on different side views, you can see it.
Yeah. That's cool.
I'd say this is probably top of B, in my opinion. All right, next up. This is also a fairly new arena. This is for the Toronto Maple Leafs, Scotiabank Arena. Or it's Rogers Arena. I don't know, and I don't care.
There's a lot of glasses.
Yes. So this one was built to be more as a tribute to the Toronto Maple Leafs original arena, which was built to look Air Canada Center. So it was kind of built to pay tribute to that. But I do have a deep hatred for the Maple Leafs.
Why is that?
I hate the Maple Leafs. They're not going to win jack shit.
Okay.
Yep, I don't care how modern it is. It looks like a mall and an airport had a baby.
Calm down.
There's only one good part about this goddamn arena, and that's because the Raptors play there.
You can't be biased.
I am biased. Mate, I'm a Sharks fan, and I put Sharks in C. I'm a Jets fan, and I put them in C. I have cleared my biases enough. Let me have this with Toronto. The hatred ones, mate. I let friggin' Edmonton be in B. Let me have this with Toronto.
After basically before we rated it.
Yep. All right, now Chicago. Home with the Blackhawks with United Airlines Center or United Center.
There's a bull on it.
Yeah, Chicago. Dude, bull. I think we should rate it off that.
The bull?
Yes, rate it off the bull.
Yeah, sure.
Alright. Okay, she's bull. But I do hate the Blackhawks, but I do like the arena. Well, there we go. Here is our list. Again, we have pissed off the city of Calgary. I'm fine with pissing off Vancouver. This is our great creation. Please like and subscribe. Subscribe to me, subscribe to the Tempest, but more importantly, me. Turn on notifications. I say wow.